Hi, I've just got the Artiste cartridge up here, just showing you which of the cuts that I did for the rosette. Now it's this one down on the card base on page 55, which is button 25 by the look of it, and I shall zoom in on that one so you can see it a bit more easily. This on the right hand side is the one I cut the rosette from. Then if we go up, the rosette ribbons that hang down the bottom I cut from the Accent 3 shift, and they are on the Artiste cartridge, which this is button 25, as you can see there, and that's the picture that it shows on the left hand side with the bows and the ribbons and the rosettes. Now I cut the scalloped circle from the Cricut craft room, but I also cut on page 54, I cut the rolled rose. If I zoom in, you can see that's button 24, and that's the roses when they're rolled, and these are the rolled roses, and I did the one on Accent 1, not on the shift button, on the base button, and I quite like those, and that's the rose that I put in the centre. And down the bottom on the right in the 3D area is the leaf. Now the leaf is not actually 3D, but I did this leaf to put in behind the roses. Now here you can see I've put the leaves on Cricut Craft Room, just one underneath the other. This was the second cut I did, so it's further down the page because I did the first ones very tiny. These come out at 0.3 in height, and as you can see they're just over an inch long. Now as I mentioned, I used the rosette from the Artiste cartridge, and I've made it so that the little markings that you see on there, and I'll zoom in for you so that you can see these, I've made those so there's 4 to an inch, so that each of those marks is 1/4 of an inch. This made it very easy for scoring for me, and that's why I've put them up in Cricut Craft Room. That was the length that they came out for Cricut Craft Room, and being made to 1/4 of an inch, I was quite happy with that because you put two together to make the rosette. Now if we come right back to the beginning layer up here, I shall take off the first layer and then I shall open the second layer, and what I did was I did some smaller ones over on the right hand side of the page to fill it in. The scallop circles I got from Cricut Craft Room's Basic Shapes, and so that was fine. I used that 3.5 inch circle to do my background on that. Now you can see that I've just put up some shapes down the bottom, and these shapes are actually the bottom of the ribbons. So, and at the top of the ribbons. Now if I can pull one of these shapes down for you and pull one of these shapes up, and you'll see that I've actually split the shape up and I've got it in two so that I could fit them all on the bottom. If I zoom in now, you'll see that I made the green ones just fractionally bigger, fractionally longer and wider, so they sat just around the outside, and I could work that out with Cricut Craft Room. So that's why I did this on Cricut Craft Room. Now that's all the cuts I did, and we'll go and see the finished rosette. Now I haven't bored you with all the little cuts and everything else, but these are the finished rosettes. Instead of putting holes in the scallops, which you can get a scallop with holes in the outside like that, I actually used the Perfect to put little pearl dots around the outside, and I thought they looked rather pretty because they are purple as well. And these are the roses, rolled roses, that I put in the centre. One of them I just put some tiny little leaves in, and those were the first ones I cut that were about, they're about 0.3 of an inch high. Actually no, it's these ones that are 0.3 of an inch high, so the other ones must be a little bit smaller than that. But you can see how the ribbons at the bottom, the cream is just slightly bigger than the other ones. I rather like the way they've come out.